Hey, what's up? Georgia here. Uh, this time around it's Wyoming. I'm still using the knife.com. Uh, this is pretty much kind of like the basic knife law in the state of Wyoming. The cowboy state, which I believe, uh, well, I'm at, we're the fucking rednecks, so. Statewide pre-mission is a law that prevents individual multiplicities from enacting their own laws. Uh, Knife laws in this case means that the state legislature has in primary jurisdiction over firearms and weapons regulations promoting uniformly across the entire state. In Wyoming, there's a statewide pre-emission state under Wyoming State Statute 6-8-401, which states that the regulation of firearms, weapons, and ammunition is pre-eminated by the state, thus ensuring uniformly across Wyoming. There isn't a state level age restriction to buy or possess a knife in Wyoming, although individual retailers may have their own age restrictions. The only state level restriction pertains to possession of a knife with the intent to do harm or injure another person. The laws around concealed carry of knives can appear confusing at first. Wyoming law provides that it is offense to wear or carry a concealed deadly weapon unless one possesses a valid weapon permit or otherwise eligible to hold a weapon permit. In general, a person at least 21 and not convicted of a violent crime or drug offense are eligible. However, knives are not generally considered deadly weapons, and the concealed carry of a deadly weapon is not an issue for persons at least 21 who are not eligible to hold a weapon permit. Criteria for eligibility include being 21 or older, being a resident of the United States and the resident of Wyoming for a minimum of 6 months, no substance abuse within the past year, no felony conviction, no misdemeanor convictions in the past year, not being legally incompetent, no involuntary commitment to a mental hospital, though this can vary based on the specifics of the commitment. But remember, while carrying the knives in a concealed state, you would need to have a photo ID issued by the state to verify your residency. Non-residents would need to obtain and possess a license for concealed weapons from a state that Wyoming recognizes. There are no restrictions on buying, selling, giving, and receiving knives as gifts or manufacturing them. Wyoming does not specify laws regulating the ownership of any type of knife. All kinds of knives, including daggers, darts, stilettos, and other dangerous knives, are legal to own and carry in the state, which are fold knife, stiletto, dagger, dart, poniard, bowie knife, butterfly, switchblade, gravity, lipstick knife, hunting knife, sword, push cane. Wyoming has no law specifically regulate the ownership or carrying of knives, includes pocket knives. You're free to carry a pocket knife concealed or awfully in Wyoming without any legal restrictions. Has no law specifically regarding the length of knife blades. You're allowed to own and carry any type of knife regardless of its size or blade length. Penalties for violating carrying a concealed deadly weapon when not allowed include a fine of up to $750 and or up to 6 months in jail. Subsequent offenses are punishable by a fine up to $2,000 and or up to 2 years in jail. Carrying a dangerous weapon on school grounds is not applicable to knives as per Wyoming law. However, other deadly weapons are restricted in certain locations such as court, jails, mental health, and correctional facilities. Federal law typically governs the carrying of weapons on federal property, which includes many government buildings such as a general carrying a knife in these buildings is usually prohibited regardless of the individual's age or criminal record. Recommended to check the specific policy of each building before attempting to bring a knife onto premises. Although most people in Wyoming are allowed to carry a knife openly or concealed without a permit, it is considered illegal for a felon to carry a concealed deadly weapon. If a knife is deemed a deadly weapon, this could lead to a felony weapons charge. The penalties for the charge can include a fine up to $2,000 and or imprisonment for up to 2 years. Switchblades, along with other types of knives, are legal in Wyoming. This includes switchblades. Mentioned earlier, there is a state level age restriction to buy a precision knife in Wyoming. However, individual retailers may have their own restrictions. Butterfly knives are legal in Wyoming. Here's a couple of Wyoming official sources. The primary statutes carry knives and other deadly weapons are found under Wyoming Statute 6-8-104 and 6-1-104. Pre-emission statute. Wyoming has a pre-emission law under Wyoming Statute 6-8-401, which prevents any local authorities from enacting their own laws regarding knives and other weapons, ensuring uniformity across the state regarding weapon laws. Here's one significant court case: Killian versus State, 2008. A case where a frying pan was deemed a deadly weapon as it was capable of causing serious bodily injury, establishing a broad definition of deadly weapon in Wyoming. Man. Wyoming knife laws are quite lenient due to the lack of specific regulations around knives. That analogy in the law tends to work in favor of knife enthusiasts, as it does not technically define the types of knives to be carried in a concealed manner in the state of Wyoming, or most are regarded to be legal and carried. Well, how about a yeehaw, the Cowboy Freedom State. And as always, no, I'm just going to do a quick review state by state of the knife laws, and it's then so y'all can help y'all start checking it out and a little bit more detail for y'all next time around if y'all want me to. And always like, share, and leave a comment. And if you're new, I would appreciate it. It would help my channel out if you hit the subscription button and the notification bell, so y'all know when the next time I do any more videos. Until next time, y'all take care.